Hello, this is Dr. Rick Hoefer, and I am going to give you some more information about one of your assignments called the Community Assessment Update. So the assignment is in your syllabus, but I want to go over it in a little more detail just so that you're aware of what's going on here. It's due in a few weeks, so it's got to kind of get things going here. So I've provided you a needs assessment that you can download. It's in the Getting Ready module, and it's from the City of Fort Worth. It's a community needs assessment from about 2 years ago. So obviously it's not the latest that there is, and given the pandemic that we've been through, it's changed things a lot. So it could very well be that this needs assessment was excellent at the time, 2 years ago, but is in need of some update now. So this assignment requires you to obtain updated information about a problem that you select and provide an approximately 5-page paper that provides good updated information about that problem. So in addition to that, just the data, you also need to provide a personal and social work values-based rationale for why this is a need area that you personally would be willing to tackle. So you need to include information in this section of the paper regarding how solving this need improves human rights, social, economic, and environmental justice. And this is related to all sorts of competencies that you can see in the syllabus. It's very important. This paper is an individual assignment and not to be completed with anyone else. This is made very clear in the syllabus that is now available to you in the course. So what were some of the problems that were identified in June 2018? Well, you can read all the methodology in the downloaded paper, but here are the top 3 needs that were identified through focus groups and surveys. The first one is unemployment. They call it employment, but generally I think we'd say at this point unemployment. Still, it's possible that people are underemployed and would like to have better work if they could find it or if they could get the skills for it. So that's number 1, employment. Number 2, accessible food. Obviously, people want to eat and they want to have healthy food, but there are such things as food deserts where it's not actually possible in a reasonable way to get food. And you have to rely on food banks. One of the issues that COVID has brought forth is that there's more need for food banks, but there's less food available, and fresh food is harder and harder to obtain. The third is affordable housing. It probably is getting worse and worse given high unemployment and the fact that the work subsidies are gone. People are being evicted or about to be evicted in great numbers. So affordable housing is an issue. And finally, although it's not one of the top 3, the last issue is transportation. You can't get to a job very easily in Fort Worth or Tarrant County generally. So this is a huge deal. So these are the top issues that were identified, and but obviously again the data are 2 years old at least. So another part of the needs assessment just lays out the different demographics. And all of these problems may vary depending on your demographics, like age, race, ethnicity, gender identity, family status, disability status, veteran status, and so on. All of these make a difference in the kind of problem that you might have. Obviously, the one that's not up here is income. The more income you have, the less of a problem it is. So your assignment is to choose a problem area, and you look at the data in the report or elsewhere about this problem, and using the sources that they used or other sources, update their figures. If you want to address a different issue than these four, that's fine, but find data to support that there is a need. Think about intersectionality. That is, are there combinations of demographic and social elements that impact the level of need? And you can dig really deep here, as long as you can find the information. For example, you could have a problem, a demographic group, Black female veterans with children living in poverty. It's a very specific group, but you may want to have a program or an intervention to help this particular population. So dig deep and think about the various combinations that might be impacting the level of need. And you need to think ahead as you do this assignment, because in the end, you are going to get together with other people in a group. You're going to decide on a problem area together, and you are going to do an intervention. That's the purpose of this course, is to help you learn how to plan interventions based on need. So as you're doing this assignment about the need, remember, you're going to be developing an intervention to address this need with a group of people later on. But this need assessment is your own work. Okay? So you're allowed to work in a group of 2 to 4 people to write that final paper, the one where you propose an intervention, but this needs assessment paper is for you alone. And this way you'll become kind of an expert, and when you get together in your group, you'll be able to contribute your own ideas just as they will. So you'll have a much more dynamic and deep experience. So we're going to have people talk about this assignment in a discussion post or somewhere. And so as they do that, you'll want to scan their ideas to see who's interested in the same or a similar topic. And perhaps you can work together in a group.